Welcome to LCK Challenger League live from Gen.G Esports Studio. My name is Kitty, and with me is Papa Smithy. We are getting ready for a long day of matches. This is going to be a banger. How are you doing, Papa Smithy?
I'm doing great.
Great to have you back.
Yeah, I'm great. First time casting with you. I've flown back from NA. You know, I was like, nope. LCK CL, not LCK. LCK CL needs me, and here I am. Once again.
You got to be in position to scout players. You can be on the ground, one floor away. Well, kind of, not really, but very close by where the games are happening, and you need to see who is coming in. So we have 3 matches today, as Monday is always the case, and we are going to be starting off with HLE Esports versus T1. We did have this in the LCK, and T1 was able to win that.
And today, you know, similar expectations. HLE has had a really rough split. This coming from a team that was a pretty decent team last time around. You know, where we're looking okay in playoffs, and then I think T1 broke them with the triple, the sign shenanigans, and then now HLE has won 1 game this week, and that is not where you want to be if you are one of the teams contesting for playoffs. And we have seen in the past challengers, teams can really struggle if they get some tough weeks early. So we'll see. There was some other crazy upsets. Brion actually won as well.
It's crazy.
That was wild.
Imagine that.
Yeah, who could have known? Gen.G Academy, I think, got a win as well. So early fluctuation in challengers is what you'd love to see. You know, some crazy stuff. But at the top are Nongshim and our D+, to the surprise of absolutely no one.
Good teams are good. Not so good teams are not so good, but winning. Surprisingly, that's the big surprise. So you and I are going to have our feet on the ground, by the way, for the first day of 13.11, which is going to be fun.
We're the first.
We'll get to see all the awesome changes, as here are the results from the 2 days we didn't do live broadcasts of.
Yeah, so D+ 2-0 in KT makes sense. I think D+ is in a really good spot after winning the split. DRX 2-1 against Kwangno actually is a little bit rough. Gen.G, Live Sandbox, we have no idea how good these teams are at this point, right? But that Brion versus HLE series, that's the one that you're going to look at and you're going to be like, I thought today would be close because it was last split number 4 versus number 5. But T1 getting bought by Nongshim, I'm not too worried about because we know Nongshim is a good team.
Yes.
But losing to Brion 2-0 is not a good sign, because I think the Brion in challengers looks about as good as current Brion looks in the LCK.
Yeah.
So that is wild to me.
It's rough. It is not okay, man, bro. Although it is for bro, as they picked up their win. They are on the left side of the bracket for now. We'll see how long they can stick around there. Who knows? Maybe they can get something going with this and play very well from here. You look dissatisfied with something, Papa.
Thanks, Kitty. HLE, I thought they picked up 1 win, but they didn't even get that. They've just been 2-0 twice. So, a rough start of the season for them. I do think this top 3 that we have currently is probably going to remain in place. Not necessarily in this order, but these are the teams that we expect to remain high. KT obviously already faced D+, but I expect they will join the rest shortly, as they are one of our best teams. As
changes.
13-11. Now, there was the Rel rework, which changed her E, made her W a lot smaller, a little bit slower. Her Q now has a mini stun. You know, all that, that's cool, but she was really bad. So Riot hotfixed her, and now she's kind of busted on this patch. So maybe we'll get to see her. We don't know, because it's 13-11, and we've been dissatisfied with the current state of the meta just a little bit. And we're only a week in. But we'll see whether it gets better. I would love to see some Rel. I think Rel jungle, Rel support both, I'd happily take at this point.
I think as long as Zeri gets banned, I'm fine with anything at this point.
And Cassante.
Yeah, Cassante as well, for sure. We did have some nerfs for some reason to these champions, but it did happen. So Aphelios and Jinx will get... I mean, they're still going to be played, I would imagine, but
it's a little
tap to both of them, which just means that Zeri is even more powerful. Nothing to Melio, by the way. No No Melia touches.
No Melio, no Cassante.
So,
no.
Aphelios, Melio, Jinx, Melio, I think it's still going to be good.
I do want to highlight, again, you know, we obviously are dissatisfied, but due to how, like, the early weeks of Pro Play always play out with, like, patching schedule, it makes sense, because you don't want to patch just off of specifically solo queue. And actually, Zeri solo queue isn't a problem at all. It's just that when you turn her, or give her over in the hands of pro players, it is completely disgusting. So we're going to have to suffer for that for at least another 2 weeks. But then, 13.12, there's a lot of nerfs coming through, and maybe, just maybe, we will be freed from the shackles. And maybe, you know,
we need more buffs.
Kalista trying to get unshackled.
No.
Could be cool. No? Okay, never mind.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Aphelios versus Lucianami so far for week 1 was 4-1. Aphelios pretty good. Lucianami definitely hasn't really had the same amount of oomph that it has had in other metas. So, will we see more of that? Maybe now that Aphelios and Jinx got love taps. You know, sometimes all you need is love tap for pro players to completely disregard that champion. So,
and then
might happen.
It takes like a month, and then it comes back. Like Maokai, you're like, oh no, the champion is bad now. And then they're like, oh wait,
it's broken.
We can play him tank. He's Tailbuster.
Yeah.
Who would have known? The main thing with Lunami, as it's called here on the graphic, is that the execution barrier is just a lot higher, because for it to actually work, you need to play aggressive, whereas Aphelios, you can just play classic front-to-back team fight, and it will kind of always work out just because of how strong the pick is. And that is not going to be the case. As mentioned, today's schedule. Third match is the one that I'm most looking forward to. This is a match that goes way back. Nongshim have had DRX numbers so many times over the last year and a half in playoffs, every single time up until last time, right? DRX actually making it back to the finals. The other two series, though, I don't know how competitive they are going to end up being, Valdez.
I feel like today, if I had to predict, is either a 7 or 8 game day.
That
and
is
I know
that's
like right in the middle, but it feels like we could get a 2-0 into a 2-0 into a 2-1, or one of the two matches up top kind of surprises us, and one of the other teams that's kind of the underdog gets a win, and then we have 3 games in those. So, could happen. Could happen. Hello to everybody in the chat, by the way. We see all of you, especially Atlas, who has woken up early today to play some Diablo. Thank you for joining us.
That's going to be me
on
tomorrow.
Your second monitor. That's going to be both of us, dude. We're going to be playing that, watching challengers. It's going to be a fun time. Yundo says 8 games, so he's expecting one of these to also go to 3.
He has a good sense. He generally has, you know, I mean, the amount of gaming that man does is really only rivaled by you when it comes to like the cross-firing, and you know he's doing FIFA. Man works hard. Man grinds. I respect it. He's in Twitch chat, you know, while he's about to observe.
Yeah, he's it's not his first rodeo, let's say.
Oh no.
Yundo, he's been around the block, probably in his really cool car.
We're grizzlying today.
Oh!
Okay.
Some Volibear action, maybe?
Could be the case. No goo on.
Or does Ivern count as grizzly because he spawns brushes? Is a brush of grass like a grizzly thing? What is being grizzly? What is the essence of being grizzled?
I don't know. Like, the way I thought I knew, but then the way you put it, I'm like, I don't know if I know. Grizzly bears are the most dangerous ones, right? Or is it brown bears? I know black bears.
I think it's brown bears.
Black bears are kind of chill. From what I've heard, not that we'd have a lot.
She took a test and came right here. Took a test in the morning and came right here.
It looks like an anime character. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Polar bears most chill?
No, they're not. Polar bears are by far the most dangerous. If you see a polar bear,
you think he's chill?
Well, that's the spooky thing. They look chill, but they're not.
They're not. Yeah, Canyon is ferocious. Now here on the side of T1, Poby going to be playing once again, and I really love this young duo of Poby and Smash. I feel like they are insanely good in my mind. Like Poby really impressed me the first time around. Now I think he still needs a lot more time. I think that Smash kind of has already made a name for himself, at least in challengers, as one of the better AD carries. But Poby, I think he's got something going, and they're surrounded by 3 guys who obviously have a lot of experience here in challengers, at least. And I think it's a pretty good roster. They did fall to Nongshim, but I think they've still got it going on, you know.
Yeah, and falling to Nongshim, there's no shame in that. Nongshim's challenger coaching staff just does a great job. Like, my expectations for this roster were so low, and in spring they were great, and I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being the same here. We are on a new patch. Please let it matter. Please, Valdez.
Okay, Chronicler, only because you asked nicely.
Thank you.
I will make sure that it matters.
Okay, so we ban Melio, we ban Zeri, and then we get to have a game.
Kenny is a polar bear and he's chill, so casters must be wrong, Blue. Please, 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 please.
Everyone in chat, spam +++ in hope of new drafts and Rel or Rek'Sai or Samira. Oh,
Zeri.
No.
Zeri.
No.
Zeri.
No.
Cassante and then Zeri.
No, Cassante, Melio, Zeri are all open.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know what we're getting.
Oh no.
So
Atlas says he loves Zeri.
Please, more Zeri.
Thank you, Atlas.
Okay, so
Blitzcrank.
Alma's setting up for the Melio first pick, which that's...
Yeah,
I'll take Melio. That's fine. Ben Zeri, please. No!
Wait, why did you ban Cassante? Let them take Melio and then you take Zeri Cassante. Yeah, they could have just R1, R2, Cassante, Zeri.
So it's going to be Zeri and Annie probably.
T1 better team? Yes, on paper.
And
rough start.
Very... Challengers is a wild card, okay? Like, you never know what's going to happen. Oh, wait.
Oh, it's the real Papa Smithy.
How can Papa be in chat when I'm Papa?
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense.
It's us, Kitty and Papa Smithy on the cast. What am I looking at? T1, what are you doing?
Wait, maybe they're doing us a service. Maybe they're doing us a favor.
Yesterday.
No, it's fine. It's fine. They're going to go Lucian Melio. And it's going to be Aphelios, Yumi, and we're not going to have Zeri.
Oh, they're just not going to pick their AD carry.
Oh my god.
Okay,
yeah, Grizzly,
yeah, sure.
Grizzly's coming in hot.
That's just dumb.
We're free!
Like,
we're free,
we
Valdez.
We don't have Cassante, we don't have Zeri, but that's just dumb. Why are you not playing Zeri?
Shh. Let it. Just accept it, man. Don't look don't look a gifted horse
Atlas
in the mouth.
got excited. It's Atlas's fault.
It's new patch, of course. It's the changes to. Wait.
Where's my Ivern?
Well, okay. So I actually genuinely think that T1 should pick up Rek'Sai because you're playing it into Lee, which is a really good matchup.
Yeah.
Rek'Sai is monster busted on this patch. I hope they do. It makes a ton of sense here to me. So it's probably Jinx and Lucian ban. Which, you know, that might help. That'd be good.
Zeri not banned nor picked yet. I like that optimism, you know? You never know. Like, we could get Zeri here with
what
Melio.
I'm talking about, you don't ban Lucian, you ban Zeri.
Yeah. Right?
Right? Zeri is disabled due to overuse. If we don't get the... That's worse. Like, Zeri getting locked in early rotations is one thing, but imagine if it doesn't get locked in the early... Oh.
There you go.
We are freed. We are
so
free.
Just Melio, right?
Yeah. Seems that way.
Unless they want to play Caitlyn.
So then, what do you expect the Gragas to be? Because you can ban Annie here if you don't want
No Rek'Sai ban.
No?
Morris, give it to us.
Okay.
Any chance of Laura casting for a day of LCK Challenger League? I mean,
look at Oscar.
Maybe. Does she want to cast?
I have no idea.
Maybe.
I feel like even if you're not a caster, casting challengers is a fun time.
It's just hanging out, you know.
Rek'Sai, what are we doing?
Let me pick Rek'Sai for you. Wait, they didn't.
It's just gonna be Wukong Annie, isn't it?
Zaya Melio.
Cornelio is dope. I'm okay with that. I mean, you don't get to play the game because you're playing into Wukong and Gragas, but, you know, the laning phase will be fun.
Kog'Maw. I think that's fine. There is like a decent amount of hard engage with the Gragas and the Wukong that can make Kog'Maw's life really hard.
That's awesome.
Twitch as well,
Love
actually
that.
very nice.
Twitch, Melio, absolutely yes, Hanwha.
Are they luring us into a sense of... That was the end of my thought. That's where the thought ended. It was right there. A sense.
But where did it go?
I don't know. It just flew into the air. Like, it's just gone. Now, it looks like they are going to play Kog'Maw.
Yeah, Kog's fine.
It's good. I mean, you have supreme range, obviously, but you know, you can just flex the Gragas into mid and pick Malphite.
Yeah. Oh, Lure. Oh, good luck, buddy.
No, not Gnar.
Yeah, Malphite.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yep, Brock.
So, I like the Hanwha draft when you look at it as a
looking at the other side.
Without looking at the other side. I actually really like it, right? You have great front to back, you have an early pressure lane in bot lane, you have a really aggressive mid jungle 2v2, you have a self-sufficient top laner. That all sounds lovely. You get to use the early pressure to start stacking drakes. But specifically, like, Milio's value into like Annie, for example, is amazing because of the amount of safety it provides. But Malphite ult, Wukong ult, and Gragas ult all do not care about Milio.
And it's very easy to play as well, I think. You know, Poby might have to be careful with some of his casts, but Doll presses R, Forest jumps in and presses R. If they get any kind of clean engage, if they get ahead in the game and they have vision priority, it's going to be really hard, I think, for Homalife to really do much, unless Rooster's just going to charge in and try to make some space, which can be difficult.
It really is a case of the Homalife draft. To me, it makes perfect sense. It's a little bit lacking in hard engage, but outside of that, I do think it's very well rounded. But then you look at the opposing end and you're like, no, oh no.
So first time watching CL, is this normal?
So what? Which part? So what
do you mean exactly?
What did they mean by that?
What does he mean by that exactly? The draft?
The draft is pretty normal, but I feel like the draft could happen in the LCK as well.
Yeah.
The casting being a bit wacky, that's also normal for CL.
Absolutely.
Rooster's hair? Yeah.
Why do they all have the same hair? Expect Rooster. Well, that's kind of the way it goes. Also, they don't. We saw like 3 different hairstyles from those guys, actually. Homalife have a lot of the different hairstyles, actually, compared to some of the other teams.
Rooster's hair is the best in Challengers, though.
Homalife bot lane, press W and win, yeah.
Although
the bottom lane, though, is going
exists.
to be true. He does.
That's actually, that might be the best one.
All right, here we go, guys. Let's go into the Rift.
Clean gameplay.
Yeah.
On this.
The bottom lane, Smash and Bout are going to have a bit of a trouble on their hands. And Forest
they're gonna get boomed.
Yeah, Forest isn't really going to be able to affect this lane much either. I can foresee a moment where if he even tried to approach the bottom lane, unless Lure and Duro were very out of position, then he would just get chunked out and die as well.
Atlas actually has a great point about the Homalife bot lane, which is you press W and then you win the lane. It's really neat. I just don't know how much winning the lane is going to matter. Yeah. Particularly because this is challenged. If you're unfamiliar, you know, if you're a first-time watcher, you're like, oh man, I'm from another league, you know, I'm from the LEC, and...
is Kog'Maw last stand? Why wouldn't he just go cut down? I guess his W kind of has enough, like, shred.
I feel like the shred, and also looking at the opposing team, like how much frontline are actually going to be hitting?
Well, like, I mean, how much champion are you going to be hitting?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of passive usage, I'm sure, in this one. But, you know, we have Quid, who made his way to the LCS. We have Noah and... who else? Noah and Peach go for now in the LEC. That's really cool.
Yeah. Life Esports lore. It's the AD carry. Lore's actually playing top one here.
They don't believe the cameras, chat. They're lies.
Well, press W and win lane is
looking good.
It's looking good. I mean, they're only level 2 so far, so we'll definitely see more of that. Damn, missed the do-do-do. Don't worry, there's going to be potentially 8 more. So we have a long day of games here today. It is a Monday.
I mean, we don't know that. It could be a quick 6-0 day. Only 6 games.
Only 6 games, yeah.
Only 6 games.
Isn't game sound higher than usual compared to casters' voices? I don't know. Can't tell.
Could be. We
Maybe.
Don't have a way of knowing.
That's up to the Mr. Producer. The Mr. Producer, of course.
I love the Challengers team. I'm glad they embrace our collective wackiness.
They give us the artistic freedom
that we so desperately need in a league that
we
has
absolutely
a strong identity as Challengers.
We didn't have enough over in the LCK, so we needed even more of a leash here at Challengers. So
less of a, like a longer leash?
More of a less of a leash.
More leeway?
Yeah.
More leash way?
No, yeah. All of those are correct. You are right, yes. Hobie is deciding that, hey, I'm getting poked out by Ari in this war. That's not a good start. It is Gragas, so eventually he just, balloons and is fine.
Do casters speak Korean too? I think casters as a job generally don't. Veldus and Wolf do though.
Yeah, and you guys can read it, like...
yeah, I can read it.
You did level 1. It counts. Yeah.
It's just not... It's just... It's one of my my few regrets in the last 2.5 years. But considering the circumstances, I'm not going to be too hard on myself. The amount of League of Legends that we've been a part of.
There has been quite a lot. We have focused on our craft, League of Legends. Last stand for the late game tank build with
Could
Hydra.
be.
That's a good point. Makes sense. If they, it's kind of like the Zeri idea, right? Where she goes like the Trinity Force, Titanic, and all that good stuff.
We've had a lot of metas where tank Cog actually was really fine, right? Like legitimately like Randuin's Cog, just because of the amount of magic damage and like on-hit damage you get from your W, and the fact that you are a stationary AD carry that is very susceptible to getting dove. Just having the extra tankiness makes a big difference. And looks like the one will be taken here by Humble Life. Looking good in the early game. They need to, but still. LPL waiting room.
Well, we're glad to have you while you're waiting, at least.
That's when people show their true self, Like, have you ever really taken a look at people when you're like waiting, and at the doctor, at a dentist? It's always really interesting. People just sitting there and being themselves.
It's either you are an adult and you have patience, or you're not.
I mean,
there's only two
in Korean,
options.
I've never really had any. I've never seen any crazy. Well, I've seen crazy meltdowns, but not in doctor's offices or at the dentist. And I go to the dentist
Well, that's
a lot.
also because doctor's office don't take 2 hours waiting time to get in.
That is very true.
And there's a lot more. And there's a lot less stress surrounding the whole situation.
Isn't everyone just on their phone? They can be, but even then, it was like it's kind of sitting there. Was unfortunately on the bounce back, Smash and Cloud have not only been able to get back when it comes to CS, but also use Crescendo for a unreasonable amount of damage on the turret. And while Lure went for another Doran's Blade, Smash is sitting on a Call. And the gold lead that was there is now kind of gone, and things are looking rough here for Humble Life. Rage Knife will be picked up, but not going to be the biggest spike.
Yeah, I mean, the Wave stayed the way it was. They were just able to push in when Duro was backing. And of course, Life Esports did get that Dragon, which is a very early Ocean. Still pretty good for the team. Chronicler, did you or are you going to do a segment for the LEC about any of the new or remaining Korean players like you did previously?
I don't know. Maybe. If they'll ask me, I will. Because there's, you know, both Peach and Noah, which are great players. I'm happy they made it to the LEC. They definitely deserve to play in the major leagues. No, this is the actual LCK. Yeah. Don't believe anyone else that tells you it's not. This is the LCK. That's what you're watching. It's just a completely new channel, and it's a different time and it's different rosters. But it is
the LCK.
It's part of the
CL.
LCK. Yes.
So yeah. Okay, there you go. Gonna engage onto Duro. He just flashes away. Pretty easy for him. Although Grizzly not really able to get in there. Campfire comes out and Lure not really able to poke down much. A lot of the damage from the Kog'Maw is just hitting shields, I feel like. So Life Esports not really able to exert too much pressure in this bottom lane so far.
Not a lot.
Not great.
Not great. Things are not great. No. There was also the Lee Sin problem, which we haven't really talked about yet, but we actually discussed this pretty in depth yesterday during Fox Day. Lee Sin is just not in the best of spots at the moment, as will be fine, not even close. Gonna be completely okay.
I was unsure.
I thought it was gonna be fine. But, you know, he lives. Things are still not fine, because the bot lane is getting bullied, and Smash will be running out of Crescendum ammo, so that's like a small win.
He saved like 2 of it.
Yeah,
switched over to Caliber. And yeah, they're gonna get this Rift Herald, but the Aphelios is getting way too far ahead. Like, this is just not supposed to happen. I don't know why they didn't just stay. I guess they wanted to get a good back off, but they are gonna miss the 3rd plate that this bottom lane is picking up. So Smash already smashing it in the lane alongside of Bout. They have been quite the strong duo, and that has not changed here. As it turns out, the Kog'Maw Milio not really able to put on much pressure here. 300 gold the lead for Smash right now.
And right now, if you're a T1 fan, you see this composition, you see that they're even on gold, and you're like, I'm chilling. I'm vibing. Things are looking great.
Yeah.
You know, we have an Aphelios that's scaling with a Yuumi, and we have 3 champions that make Kog'Maw's life a living hell.
Yeah.
So I don't know how Lure is really going to deal with that, because the peel that he has is obviously Milio's good, but as mentioned, Milio doesn't provide that much against a triple knock-up situation.
Any casters watch Summer Game Fest or any new game trailers? What game are you excited for? Looking forward.
There is the developer. I don't know if this was at Summer Game Fest, but the developers of Gris, which is one of my favorite games, are bringing out a new game, and it looks amazing. So that I'm really excited for.
Is Zeri finally gone, guys? No, she's just going to be back. Here comes the engage onto that back line. Forest is going pretty far forward, but there you go. They press their buttons, and they just dunk on the Life Esports front line this time around. As, oh boy, Rooster, that's not really going to work out. The Gravitum is coming in. Will at least hit one more smash, but yeah, he'll should die eventually, right? I mean, he is actually pretty tanky, and Smash isn't quite able to continue pressing forward with Lure and Duro right there, but still a big team fight win over to T1. They get the Infernal Drake, and guess what? It's Mountain Soul with all of the tanks that T1 have.
I don't want to be that guy, but I think I have to be that guy.
This game is over?
This game might, yeah, well, you know, it's not guaranteed over, but it's looking real rough, else, which, you know, gives you and me more time to.
It's they're not even in. They're not even playing today.
We're gonna get a replay, and the unfortunate reality is that once you're actually 5v5ing against a T1 comp, I think life is already not good. Because you are with the Ahri and Lee so reliant on finding an individual pick and then kind of playing off of that. But T1 is very ready for this, right? Like, this is just a straight up front to back. And more importantly, the hard engage starts without Lure and Lure being there. This is a really split up fight. T1 is just a 5-man unit playing against 3 people, so 2 of the Humble Life players die, and then the other part of the team kind of shows up as like, hey guys, I know something was happening. Did we miss it? And then they said, yeah.
You did.
You did.
You were late.
Oh, did it matter? Yes. Yes,
yeah,
in fact it did.
How can win Hangwa if he wants to tank? Good question.
They don't.
They don't. No, it's
that's the neat thing.
It's still early, but we're already seeing the problem signs. You know, like when you've got some you've got like a leak in the walls, and you can already like begin to see kind of the wall beginning to sag or like some mold forming. It's like the problem signs of eventually the wall is going to be. It's going to have to be replaced, right? You're going to have to do some of that siding over again. You're going to have to do some better insulation, right? So, team fight drowning out casters. Okay, we'll talk to them about it during the break.
I'm late, I'm sorry. That's okay, Max. It happens to the best of us. We're all late sometimes, but in League of Legends, you really can't afford to be. You know, you gotta... The mechanics on the Malphite are top notch. Not only did he press his R button, but he did it on the opponent.
Very important.
Really?
Very important.
That's how you recognize a good Malphite, is when they press R on top of the opponent.
Oh God, we got Jillian the Ward is hanging out. She's in a great spot and getting a ton of information there on the backside. By the way, there was someone who pointed out that it's not. As Smash took like 3 turret plates, but that's okay. And by turret plates, I mean turret shots.
That is okay. Wait.
He's gonna have to ghost away. Grizzly's just hanging around. They know he's bot, so he's on a ward currently as well. Forrest.
Oh, the bait.
Coming down.
Oh, they don't know.
Great bait, mate. Irate.
He doesn't know.
What do I rate? Well, now they know. Now Forrest is just gonna run at them. And here comes Povey. Just the whole gang's coming down. They're trying to get this early turret, and they will. Down it goes. So now, back to important things. It's not pronounced Gris, by the way. It is Gris, as it is French.
It's actually Spanish, but yeah.
No, someone in the chat said it was French.
No, I mean, it is also French, but it's the studio in question is Spanish.
So it's pronounced Gris?
I think it's gris in Spanish. I mean, my Spanish isn't very good. It is gris in French.
Okay, well, I have no idea, but that guy in chat...
I missed it. I had to ban someone in chat. That was,
really?
Yeah, I was calling someone a paid actor, but I can't. So you got away this time, but next time...
Atlas can get him.
True. I mean, Atlas is playing Diablo. I don't want to impose, you know, he's busy.
Yeah, he's busy, yeah. I think it's pronounced Grease. Yeah, Grease Lightning.
Forrest?
Oh boy, Forrest. He is Wukong, so actually they just go on top of the Wukong, and that was a big mistake, it turns out. You probably shouldn't do that, especially when you're behind. Lure, though, is able to front to back quite a little bit here. And at the end of the day, Romer just going to have to get over the wall as Rooster is literally invulnerable. As another charm did come out onto Smash. He doesn't seem to care. And that will be the end of that. As now T1 with that extra kill on top of them, going to come on in and take down the second Rift Herald. Although, as I say that, TP coming in. He is alone, and they just turn onto him as Romer and Grizzly trying to come over and support. And they might be able to, but now Romer in a rough spot here as Q will hand actually onto Povey. He's going to go down as a couple of kills going the way of Humble Life Esports, trading 2 for 2. Forrest now in the front, has a Yumi on top of him, but will not be able to go down. Now Smash trying to go forward into 2 people as the Scion moments keep on rolling forward. As Lure just barely able to survive, and somehow that turned into a relatively even fight.
It kind of went okay in the end. Because Lure was there the whole time and he didn't die, which again, I really want to highlight the fact that this guy is playing Kog'Maw and not dying into this team comp. Pretty impressive. Unfortunately, it does involve him just being very, very far away from the fight. And this is, again, a 4 versus 5. Humble Life not really in a position to fight this initiative. That's how it looks like, because so much of the cooldowns have already been used. They smell a great opportunity. Duro will be able to join eventually, and Smash doesn't quite have the damage yet to take them down. And getting some trade kills means that the gold lead remains in favor of T1, but it's a little bit better than it could have been otherwise. And I think at this point, you'll take anything as Hanwha.
Absolutely. And you see that Rooster basically just gets to position anywhere he wants. As we got another fight coming in, the R button onto the Lee Sin, as this jungler Grizzly is in a lot of trouble. Some plays now in the bush. They keep throwing stuff at Rooster, not understanding that he is never, ever going to die, as he has declared. But yeah, still a good fight for T1. They get the pick and the Rift Herald.
And Hanwha Life, they keep trying, keep looking for opportunities, but that mid-jungle duo of Grizzly and Roamer not really able to get it done, as Veldus, I assume, is chuckling at people telling that they have 2 eyes. Just...
No. No, it was the guy luring his team into a false insecurity by thinking they can winning the fight by canceling 2 million autos.
That's nice.
It's not very nice, but I thought it was funny.
I think it's definitely it's funny enough.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be toxic, at least, you know,
put in some effort.
Funny. Yeah.
You know.
It was good. I believe Alice in Chains wrote a song about the Scion. They did. Yeah, it's a pretty famous song. I'm surprised you didn't know right at the get-go, you know?
I have no idea. I'm not that big on Alice in Chains. As Hobie does have TP. Veldus looks at me disapprovingly, but I'm going to ignore that and soldier on. Another fight. Can Hanwha Life actually win a 5v5?
Soldier on. That's good. That does refer to the song and what it talks about.
Oh, dope.
Okay, well, here comes T1. Dahl on the flank. He's spotted. Now he knows he's spotted, but he can still get into this pit very easily as they are pressing all their buttons. Not really in good tandem, though, as Dahl is desperately trying to get onto that backline. It is not working. Forrest nearly dies. Now he's going to hit the Lee Sin. That's not your target, mate. As, okay, he's going to survive, and now the front line is being chipped away. Big Q comes in from the Scion, and now Lure has a decent front line, but Smash trying to do the same for his team, as it is truly a battle of the 80 carries here. Roamer desperate to try to charm someone, not going to hit it. It's now T1 on this Mountain Drake. Very important Drake for both these teams. The TP is coming in, and T1 will have to get out of there. Everfrost turns out to be pretty good to get them out, as this Drake will go into the hands of Hanwha Life Esports.
2 favorite parts there. One is that Grizzly did 0 damage in that fight, which is actually impressive. Secondly, it shows us that in Challenger, anything can happen. When you have a combo as much dive as this, Lure should not be allowed with no flash to play the fight. Shouldn't be a thing. But they go in 1 by 1. Dahl's ultimate hits the lead, and then Hobie, for good measure, throws an ultimate that actually saves him. And for as much you know, flack as we gave Hanwha Life and the team fighting thus far, Lure is a really good AD carry. Right? Within the context of challengers, he's definitely up there. And if you give him space like this, they will win fights. And Hanwha Life is still behind, but getting these Drakes does mean that they hold on, that they're still fighting Veldus.
Yeah. I don't know what happened at T1 in their last match, but they really do not look the same as their first match that we casted last week. Which was, everybody was on the same page, everybody was kind of pressing all their buttons at the same time. That team fight was a 2 out of 10.
I think they got no-shit. Maybe that's what happened. As chat, I strongly prefer the T1 draft here, because I think Lure doesn't get to play the game. And then if you take that threat out, then Hanwha Life's comp doesn't really do a whole lot. Although at this point, he does a flash. So I don't think we should blame draft after seeing that fight from T1.
Yeah.
You know, the real draft is the friends we made along the way.
Do you draft your friends in life?
In a way.
Do you pick and choose, like, okay, go ahead and have Max on my team?
Sure.
Let's see.
Friend gap.
I prefer the T1 draft because it doesn't have a Lee Sin on it. Probably a good idea. I mean, he also built a Gore Drinker, which is not an item.
Yeah, he doesn't really get to build any other item, but I do agree with you that Gore Drinker is
full
very
tank.
meh. It's like Radiant virtually.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds awful.
I'd go the other direction and build full Lethality Lee. Now, should you into multiple tanks? No. But, you know.
Yeah, just only hit the Aphelios forehead.
Sure. Just get on top of him. Why does CL play? They don't play on us. That's actually a very good question. LCK is also moving to 13-11. Challengers and LCK are always on the same patch, but Challengers is at the beginning of the week, right? It's Monday, Tuesday, so they will play on a new patch first, but the weeks are always aligned. So LCK will be going to this patch as well.
Yeah, so if you're here, you get like kind of a sneak preview for the LCK week that's coming ahead. Which, at this point, I mean, we're seeing Kog'Maw Emilio for the first game. It's not really a 13-11 thing, though.
No, it's fun to see it, though. I like Kog'Maw. I think he's a fun champion. Now has Rage Blade and...
So that means no more Zeri, right? Cool.
Done. We'd like not to talk about that.
There will be no more Zeri because it should be banned every game.
Yeah, that's
yeah, that's what the patch should have done.
This is physical damage Kraken. Yeah, this is the 13-11 version of the item. So they took away the magic damage, yeah, which was a bit too much. In general, ADCs did actually get hit this patch with all the changes to items. Ghostblade also got nerfed, so maybe we won't see as much. Although it's really just Kha'Zix and Jace.
Do Baron.
I love that. Just start Baron. Try and fight.
And surely you can just turn and press your ultimates onto the Kog'Maw this time, right?
He does have his flash, but...
They're trying to get on top of Rooster here, who will have to... Oh, that's a pretty good ult. They get everybody that's not Lure is the issue, as Lure is going to be zoned away by the Kog'Maw, or rather by the Wukong. And it's only for just a moment. He's got a nice little campfire on him, and he's doing incredible damage in this fight. T1, they go into a choke point. They do not hit the Kog'Maw, and everybody takes a bajillion damage. And so Life Esports will win the fight.
He didn't even have to flash. This is peak Challengers right here. T1, you have one guy you need to kill. And Lure's positioning was very, very solid. But the fact that he doesn't have to flash, and that T1 has as much hard engage as they do, and none of it goes into the Kog'Maw, is real. He was on vision.
Yeah, he's just chilling out.
They knew. And I got to give credit to Duro as well. Hits a really good ultimate here. Rest of the team is able to kite away, don't give any kills. So then you have Forest and Bao that are chasing forward, trying to get the kills on Duro and Grizzly. But throughout all of this, Lure is just autoing. He's autoing, he's full health. He has Emilio, and now Life is Baron, and if you can keep track of where Dahl, Wellforth, where Poby are, their flashes are down outside of Dahl. Lure still has his flash available. You're going to have a really large period here as Homeworld where you're able to take full control, and you might be able to pick yourself up a second Mountain Drake as well. Get yourself to Soul Point, but it is Challengers, so let's see what happens.
Oh, Forrest is going to get into that backline this time around. He is on top of the Kog'Maw, but the follow-up not quite there. The cask nearly going to get him as stopwatch is perfectly timed from Lure, but eventually he will go down. And turns out that's all the damage on the side of Life Esports.
Yeah.
So Smash is here. Life Esports,
they learned.
They have Roamer, but... yeah, he's not really...
They figured it out.
Really
why win? We don't know. That's it's a very good question.
Why win?
We don't know either. But
yeah,
it looks
good
like
job, Forrest.
T1 this time around did kill the Kog'Maw, but the health bars are relatively low, and with Roamer and Grizzly still full health, I don't know if they can actually get the Dragon.
Yeah, they don't have their jungle, so T1 are kind of awkwardly milling about. And, I mean, at least they got a bunch of stuff out of Lura's. Now, nice engage onto Roamer, but he will survive. Has to use his flash, as now the timing of this not great. As you are losing a lot of health here on Dahl. You will survive barely. But now, on the regroup, can Life Esports make a move at this Dragon?
Big thing here is the Dahl is teleport available. So if Oh, no, they're full backing. Okay, that might be the end of it for the Dragon then. A lot of gold did go into the pockets of T1 after that fight, so it makes sense. Life, they don't know, but they have a window here. They could just rush this Drake, no contest opportunity is there, but instead they're going to use the Baron buff, shove out mid, get the objective, and now making their way over, and should still be able to pick up a soul point here. So T1 stifled the Baron power play a little bit when it comes to gold. It's not the biggest of deals. My main hope, though, is that they learn after that fight that there's one guy they need to get onto, and as seen here, it's Lure. Right? The rest of the team isn't really there to follow up. Grizzly actually does a good job of keeping Dahl away, because if he also hits an ultimate, Lure definitely will be able to, or won't be able to play the game. But crucially, the rest of the engage is still a little bit messy from T1, and if T1 don't get to be on the same page, and Lure gets any space in the fight, I do actually think that with how he's been playing, you know, with the rest of his team standing in front of him, with Milio and Cyan, that's really all you need.
Yeah. Very true. T1 in position here on the top side of the map, trying to posture. I mean, there's no objectives on the map right now because they weren't really able to make a play at that Mountain Drake. So this is Challengers. We know that side lanes don't exist. So T1 maybe just going to group up in the jungle and wait for someone to face check here for a couple of minutes, which is what we will have to wait for this next one. And yeah, I really feel that T1 as a team, really the issue is it's not the drafting, it's not even the individual execution, it's, well, maybe it is a little bit of that as well. It's just kind of the teamwork is, I don't know, they really do seem boomed after their loss to Gnome Team. It's like they've lost a lot of confidence and ability to play as a team. Because, I don't know, I think they were in a very winnable position, and almost every single decision they've made has been questionable in my mind.
It really has been, and even in the fights where there were, like the one fight where we were able to kill Lure, because of the game kind of, you know, going on, a lot of resources having to be invested into killing that Cockmaw, Romer actually has been able to do a decent amount of damage in the fights, and for T1, it really is as easy as, like, as long as Lure has his flash down, you got to go for the plays. You know, you got to take him down, because as soon as he gets flashed, it gets a lot more difficult, because on free items now, Lure has gotten to the point where if you don't actually kill him in the initial play with your Wukong ult or Malphite ult, if he's able to flash and then kite back with Ghost, you're probably not going to end up winning the fight. And T1 seems to be aware of this, but also doesn't seem to be able to get onto the same page.
Yeah. When does Valdez go to Tokyo? I was not asked to go to Masters Tokyo. Also, I'm doing LCK during the entirety of it. English is hard.
So I agree.
It's early, man. It's like 2:30 p.m.
Crazy.
not supposed to be e-sporting at this time. It's not a normal e-sport time.
Who do you think is better, Guma or Guma? That's like I think Smash is I think Smash is great.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
He's good.
Oh,
Oh.
Forrest, got it. You got to look for those like that, almost as a GA done as well.
I wish they would be a little bit more like set up though.
Yeah,
like you don't
fine.
really need to run down mid lane.
Yeah,
like,
we go Nash.
Deny vision and turn off of Nash. Hit lure this time. And
That's
you're
all
good.
they need.
Yeah, look. Just set up a gank brush. You're gonna get the Cogmaw eventually. Just turn well for it.
There we go, Dahl. On a mission. They need intel on lure.
My eyes
Romer's
are
gonna spot
only
him.
on lure here as, okay, the stun does come in onto Dahl. He's not able to get in there. Forrest is
That's
dead
it.
before he can even get into that back line as the turn is not good. Hamlet Esports handle it excellently here as now another charm comes in. This one really
That's
comes
game.
down to Romer setting up this fight onto the Malphite before anything even gets going. Hamlet Esports absolutely tear them a new one here in this team fight.
And T1, you have so many hard engage tools. How is Hanwha the one that starts up the fight?
Well, look at the roots from Romer onto
No,
Dahl.
no, I know. Like, Romer does a really good job of marking Dahl here, but like, Dahl has his flash available. If he flashes and he coordinates with the rest of his team, like, they were all clumped up. They were like 3 men were walking towards you there. You had full vision as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit of an issue of T1 not really able to get it going as a team and get everything on the same page, but at the same time, it comes down to
Life Esports just playing it out really well. They have taken the lead here. Lure not having to use any of his flash in the last fight at least. And now, Mountain Soul, T1 are going to make a play at it, and I think they should get it. But Life Esports have their sights set on the top side of the map.
So the only thing that could make this game more challengers is if T1 still won. That's actually what I'm like kind of feeling now. Like, it all goes wrong for the entire game, but all they need is just one good play on Lure. Right? I'm like, is that going to happen though? I don't know. Challengers is a different beast. Life, right now, looking like they should be able to get it done here as long as they can keep Lure safe, which they've been doing a really good job. He has flash available as well. And there's no offensive flashes, or there's no offensive flash for Dahl, which takes away a lot of the pressure.
It definitely does. I mean, Forest has been decent at getting these going, but now I feel like, I said it during the draft too, if T1 get a lead and they can choke at Vision, they should be able to set up fights on their terms. But if Life Esports are ahead, and you know exactly where all the threats are at all times, then Lure with his great positioning never... Okay, what is going on here?
It's just Forest, baby.
Just having a little bit of a rough time here for T1. Now, we were thinking 2-0, but maybe at this point, maybe at this point, like Life Esports, yeah, I don't know. They're playing so much better, like in terms of individual execution, team execution, and those things are very important when it comes to challengers. Like, we can talk about drafts and like the mechanics and the macro of the game all we want, but sometimes one team just do play better good.
Forest will get spotted.
Yeah, he's in a rough spot here once again. Charm comes in, and Roamer has been so clean on all these. Lure is totally fine. Look at this. Dahl TP's in. They finally do get onto the combo, though, as Lure will go down. They finally got it done. Grizzly with a massive kick, though, is going to keep this alive for the team, and this time maybe Life Esports have the damage. Will they be able to get down Smash? Yes, they will, just barely. And the lead has ballooned out of control. Life Esports able to take a big win here at the end of the game. Even with Lure going down, everything that T1 had in the bank was used onto him. And then Life Esports able to use that bank to take them down anyway.
I'm going to assume you're with me on the Roamer votes. That would be my first instinct. Unless you want to go to Lure. Also...
Can I vote?
I mean,
no, I'm not gonna make that joke. Yeah, it's either Roamer or Lure at this point. I don't know.
You want me to?
Maybe you do one and I will do the other.
Caster Cold get. Yeah, this is challengers. Any single time we say the game is over, it's with the caveat, but.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be. And I want to give, as much as I think we criticized T1, I want to give credits to Hanwha as well. Team didn't tilt. Kept it together. Lure showing again why we are really excited about this player. This is the type of game where if he makes one or two mistakes, like they immediately lose. There is zero room for error.
Yeah.
As we get into this final fight, and crucially, they are able to eventually get on top of Lure. The teleport from Dahl combined with Kobe forcing the flash is enough, but at this point, they are already too far behind. Grizzly hits an awesome kick, and Rooster is keeping Smash busy. If Smash had the lifesteal weapon, I'm blanking on the name, but if he had it...
The lifesteal weapon.
Is it, yeah, Severum? Yeah, Severum. If he, right?
Yes, yeah, oh yeah.
If he had Severum,
yeah, Severum.
I think that he could have won that fight, but he didn't. And as we can see, when it comes to the damage output, both Roamer and Lure doing a wonderful job. Either of those getting POG, I'd be perfectly happy with. And
it's insane, actually, that Roamer did that much damage.
He built.
Now I'm like, actually, both of us should have voted for him. This
is not a, and it's not Leandri's. This is not a because Leandri's. I think I like the item, but it inflates damage numbers because of the percentage health. He went Everfrost and Horizon Focus, right? Like this is not a. I built
he did that much damage.
Yeah, did the most damage in the game.
Oh, so guacamole! He did, yeah.
Insane.
Either or.
Yeah.
Either or.
I'm fine with either of them. Lure playing a perfect game. Life looking good over in the first one in T1. It's just execution. That's all it comes down to. I think this composition is perfectly capable of winning this game. I don't think Lure should have been allowed to play any part of the video game. But T1, very disjointed, make a couple of mid-game errors, and it snowballs from there.
Too much how to play Ari. Faker's Ari is like one of the best in the world.
What do you mean?
I mean, Romer had a great game, but yeah, I think Faker's fine. I don't think you had to watch this one. Romer, more like carrier. Like from StarCraft?
I guess? I don't understand.
Or he is the one that carries.
He carries them?
Yeah, carrier.
I guess.
That's just how Atlas says carry all the time.
Yeah, but that's because he's Australian. He can't help it.
True. Carrier. All right. Well, we're just waiting to see who's going to pick up the Pog for game number 1. It's either going to be Romer or Lure. Imagine Rooster gets it. There were a lot of times where he was like globally taunting the enemy team just because he was Scion. For some reason, T1 just felt like they had to kill him. And Lure's going to pick it up. Not a big surprise, I think. You know, a lot of the game was about him and him surviving. And although a lot of it did fall on T1 basically misexecuting and not really getting onto him, he used all of those opportunities very well and did quite a lot. But I'm with you. I think that Romer definitely deserves a huge shout out from us.
Either of them, really. Like, as mentioned, I think most of the pressure this game was on Lure, because if he missteps in one of the early game fights, it's immediately over. The biggest damage, consistent damage threat gets taken away, and they will lose the fight from there. And this is also the reason why I think...
Oh my god, he used a skin for Lure.
He did, yeah.
That's really cool.
It's really cute. Yeah, it's my favorite Kog'Maw skin. Although the B one is a close second. I'm not with you on that one, Valdes, but that's okay. Whatever. Lure doing an excellent job. This is why we really rated Hanwha Life, I think, last split. And he might be contesting, you know, for the best AD carry in Challengers. There's a lot of players that come to the forefront of our minds, but if you keep putting up performances like this, even taking into account the disjointed nature of T1, then Hanwha Life looking good here. Looking more like what we saw of them in spring.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to see what happens in Game 2, if T1 can get it together, or if Hanwha Life Esports have come into their own here in this series to actually challenge this team. So very nicely done. We're going to take a break and be back after it. Welcome back, guys. We are here live at the Gen.G studio, waiting for game number 2. And it is, of course, T1 up against Hanwha Life Esports. And we are getting ready to jump into the next one. Lol, how Hanwha win this?
We don't know either. No, we do.
with Kog'Maw and with Ahri. That's how.
What's important is with any challenger game that, and even in the LCK we see this at times, right? Drafts get you in a position to be able to win a game, and I still really like the T1 draft. I think the draft was great, and it could have gotten them a very straightforward win, but instead we had a lot of disjointed back and forth, which didn't end up working out at all. And we'll see whether T1 can clean up, because otherwise would not be surprised if Hanwha just take the 2-0 sweep here. Let's not forget, Nongshim did the same thing to T1, 2-0'd them.
And Nongshim, it feels like they may have boomed T1 here a little bit. Clearly, Bro did not boom Hanwha, as T1 have selected red side. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan
Unless
of that.
you're going to actually give them Melio and then select Zeri and Cassante.
Are they gonna this T1 roster has ran it back a bunch of times. I'm a little worried about that. Even though I think the draft was fine, I like not picking the same thing.
Red side Dan's game.
Yeah. Also,
yeah, that's kind of how I feel too.
As far as I checked, I think that Rek'Sai is the only one that's actually enabled, because Rel and Ivern are like considered mid-scope updates. Although I don't even think
that would have been
Ivern
useful
really...
information to have.
Yeah, that's I still want Rek'Sai, so that is still a champion that exists and is great. And yet, Challengers is just a little bit more coin flip. That's just the reality of the situation. And that's going to always be the appeal, but also means that sometimes things just don't quite go the way that you think.
Yeah. How are the things go the way this time?
How are they?
Yeah, exactly. Hanwha Life Esports on blue again. Have to be pretty happy with this. For them, I mean, you could just run it back, seeing as you were able to beat T1 the way you did the last time. You could feel confident in your ability to, lock them down, mark the targets, don't let the Kog'Maw get hit, and just kind of play the same thing, as we are clearly running it back as it stands for now. Will they continue with the same picks, though?
For Hanwha, no reason not to, right? The Melio Prio working out. For T1, maybe they pick Zeri now. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we accept that sometimes we need help, and Zeri is about as helpful as it gets. So this is, yes, this is a rebroadcast. You're also not really observing this.
Is even real?
I don't know.
I mean, do we know for real?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we're just running it back. T1 seemingly have... well, one thing they might do is Poby kind of had a weak game in the Gragas, so maybe they just put him onto something else.
You were saying?
Okay, so T1 clearly have no idea. Well, I mean, at the same time,
the draft was fine.
The draft was fine. They could just run it back and say, okay, let's execute it better this time.
Which I'd be on board with, right? But Hanwha can also pivot a little bit more. Oh no, there. Is it really?
Ahri's good.
Are we really? Maybe T1 banned Kog'Maw, like that was the problem. Clearly. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I mean,
why not just pick Kog'Maw here? Make sure you get it, and just pick a better jungler.
But why would you do that when Lee opens?
Let them reheat.
Let them microwave.
Yeah. Wait, what? Why do you say it like that?
Did you know that clip?
No.
It's a very famous clip of I forgot her name. I think it's Nigella Lawson, a British cooking show host that said, I'm going to briefly heat this up in the microwave.
The microwave.
Yeah. As Yumi gets picked up, unsurprisingly, shock to absolutely no one. Maybe we'll get some variation in the second rotation bans here. Would be nice. That's Jinx. That's not different.
Jinx, Zeri.
Jinx, Zeri.
Maybe they ban Kog'Maw. surely. Although then they just take Zeri, and then we're like,
That's right. That's so much worse.
Yeah, yeah, they are. Okay. Kog'Maw was the problem.
He wasn't, though. They're going to pick Zeri and win.
I mean, sure, maybe T1 will realize from there that there is a little bit of an issue. Now, it's a little bit less of pressing W and winning the game gaming, but it is definitely Zeri just skating all over your face and winning instead. Maybe they'll play Zeri mid.
Okay, Poppy's a great addition. Love that. Poppy's awesome. It's a good champion. Oh, well.
Skarner!
Okay, we're just having some fun.
Zeri.
I mean, you can go Draven if you want to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Play Zeri!
It's very cohesive comp. You have Lee and Ari you can play for a full early game. That is the... There we go. There we go. Yep.
Who could have seen this coming, Chronicler?
It is a shocking turn of events. Gwen, probably, for Doll here. A complete surprise in the draft. No one could have conceived that they would get Zeri on B4. Is it going to be a Zeri game? That's what I'm wondering. And I'm thinking yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
probably, yeah.
I'm thinking yeah.
I think Gwen and Viego will have a pretty difficult time of locking her down. The Gragas from Poby was pretty weak. Maybe if he plays like a god and somehow finds like the Omega casks, but you have Sion and Lee Sin in your face, and we already saw what Roamer was able to do on the Ahri the first time around. Like, he is so fantastic at controlling space and getting in front. So Yuno wants to vote the Pog now.
Yeah, Uni and I learned this lesson yesterday. And you taught us, actually, Veldas. You and me and Huni being 1 out of 11. Just vote for Zeri. It's not that complicated.
Smash uncomfortable on Zeri? I sure hope not. It's like the best pick in the meta right now. But
it's been for a wee bit.
Yeah, but maybe he is.
We'll see.
Why don't they 1-2 Zeri-Uni? Good question. Or, you know, leave Cassandre open and pick that instead. I don't know, Chronicler. A lot of questions to be seen here.
To be discerned from the...
Discerned.
What is it? Discerned, right?
Discerned.
Yeah. From the evidence in front of us.
Might do a lot of discerning here in this game.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. T1, one of the big issues is that they don't have a lot of frontline and their comp is very short range, and you're playing into Zeri.
Yeah.
She's just too good, man.
Zeri...
You have no reliable lockdown at all.
Yeah. And while this is happening, there is a Valorant Masters tournament happening. I wonder if Neon is being played there at the same time. Could be happening. Probably not, but let's do it. Let's jump into game number 2. All right, here we go. Dromar says these announcers they sound so not into it. Can someone learn this man?
Maybe they don't know yet about Zeri. You know,
they've
just been living their life.
Well, it's not even
happy.
about Zeri. It's just the challenger vibe.
Yeah, we're generally a bit more low energy. You know? We're vibing. We are having actually a great time because like we like to moan a little bit about Zeri and drafts, obviously. But the beauty to me of challengers is that I never walk away from a Challengers Day feeling like I've had it's always fun.
Where's Speaker? Why isn't he playing? Also, Nightbot got Papa Smithy at the same time.
Also, Ox, this is Ox's first message. How?
He was waiting for the right moment. You know?
Cretin, you unbelievable, unsupportive friend. How have you never said anything?
He's busy playing Diablo, chat. Right?
Unbelievable.
Clearly he doesn't know. Yeah, that's true.
Exposed. Oh yeah. Pro lurk.
How is Triforce still viable on Zeri? Well, Zeri can do whatever she wants. Also, Neon, someone was saying she's not very good, that she's trash. She's not trash, she's just very niche. You can only pick her on like one map,
Niche
basically.
On.
Okay.
Atlas has
I
rubbed
see,
off
yeah.
on me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Boo. Okay, I deserve boost. I deserve boost for that one. That's
From
okay.
Meowing
Chad.
Dog.
No, I'll take
Oh.
that. I'll take the boo on this
Level
one.
3
Oh,
gank.
Rooster.
Uh-oh, Forest right up here. And this time they are actually going to punish the Scion. Rooster, a little bit of alcove gaming, just trying to buy time, give his jungler a chance, I guess. He is not really going to be in a good spot here. Stahl just going to run away from Zombie Scion. A pretty straightforward gank, very nicely timed from Forest, but he will lose his blue buff.
And main question is, can they actually get a bot side play? That would be ideal. Able to maybe get something in the cross, but it doesn't look that way. And that's pretty rough. A very standard gank timing here, right? Just the level clearing top side into level 3 gank. Force now
High after step.
making his way. High after step. How you doing? And we have some vertical jungling going on here.
Yeah.
Rooster going to spot it though. We'll see Forest. Is he going to be able to actually do anything against him? You should be able to win this 1v1, but you're losing a lot of creeps, so it's not really something that's going to be worth your while. But he keeps the Wolf Camp alive, which is a bit of a win for Grizzly, who makes his way to mid.
Okay, trying to set this up on a Poby, who is going to miss his flash. He does body slam over the wall, but the Q comes in, and the damage not quite there. But the flash forward is not... Nope, no scorch.
Not even close.
As, yeah, he's totally fine. Poby just chilling. As Romer says, well, it's not fair if only my opponent loses his flash. As Duro here going to take a massive Q to the face. As meanwhile, down in the bottom side, Lure seems to be fine, but Duro is not really. So we're just going to have to back away from this one for now.
And that's a big win. Smash and bout. Even though the trade in Summoners isn't favorable, at the very least, they win in the short term. Rooster, obviously, not going to have the best of times. This is a rough counter matchup, but in the mental game, he is still Scion, and he is happily spamming away with his emotes. Dahl responding in, or rather with the same enthusiasm, which I appreciate. Entirely calculated by Poby. That is the that's the value of Gragas. Man, he is really hard to take down.
Yep. T1 more strong. They have the strength possible to control their mice better. But can they make the good decisions, you know? Are they not just more strong, but are they more smart? That is the question I always ask myself.
Wait, I feel like people in chat are fighting, and I'm not sure why. I feel like someone made a compliment, and then someone else got... Was it not?
No, they're fine.
Okay. I'll default to you on this one. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Sass Peach might be one of my favorite names that I've... Is it a sassy peach? Or is it like Sasquatch, but it's a peach?
Probably a sassy one.
Sassy Peach, right?
Yeah.
I like that.
Grizzly,
I really like peaches.
Really?
Like as fruit, yeah, delicious.
That's an interesting thing to say live on a broadcast, but you know, I'm
you-
here for you.
You don't appreciate them?
No,
feel
I
like
mean,
they're really
Peach the
nice.
fruit is great. No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. Forest in a little bit of a rough spot, but the Q is going to miss. Romer doesn't seem to care as he's got enough damage, and Lee Sin will still pick up the assist. So nice little isolation onto Forest in his own jungle. Also loses his flash. Romer is just... He's angry after that loss to Brion. He's playing like a madman here in this second series.
And looking really impressive, and kind of puts in perspective why they put so much prio. This is a contest that feels somewhat risky. Forest isn't here yet.
Charm is going to miss, but Poby is kind of forcing it here. They think they have enough play with this Aphelios, as he might be able to trade here onto Grizzly. The heal does come out from Duro, as now he is just on the run. He is Melio, so won't be in a lot of trouble. as a 1-for-1 trade, and now with Forest in position, we'll be able to take this singular Infernal Drake.
And the kill will end up going to Smash as well. So T1 going to feel pretty good about that one. Gold is relatively even, but the first Drake gonna get taken. Infernal Drake, as far as individual Drakes goes, going to be very, very nice, as Val is dropping the ice cold 600,000 seconds. Oh yeah, you can't, yeah. You know,
it's not your plain old 86,400 seconds. No, it's the 600,000 seconds. Yeah.
And the key thing here is that Poby actually unironically does a really good job of tanking damage, and the ult for Ahri isn't available. Neither is it for Zeri, so a lot of the early game power that a pick can have in these type of skirmishes wasn't quite there. Now Smash ghosting forward.
Yeah, even Exhaust going to be used here, so they will trade for the flash, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's 2 summoners for 1. It is going to give Smash and Bout priority in this lane, but Lure's kind of just chilling. You know, he's hanging out, he's still farming, and yes, maybe Smash gets a couple of turret plates, but you know, he did that in game 1. He even got the first turret, and they weren't able to win. So
yeah, we know.
As long as Hololive Esports bottom lane aren't really like feeding or like dying a lot, I think they're still in a good spot.
Often there is multiple roads that can be taken and found on any champion, right? Like you can Ahri, you can hit your skill shots. If you hit every skill shot in a game, you'll basically almost always win. If you miss all of them, generally it's not going to be good. But with Zeri, I really appreciate that it feels like there is only one outcome, and that is she will hit her items and she will Zeri.
Yeah.
And it's something that we have been bearing witness to, and should be able to pick up a counter plate here, because of course her turret shoving power, nothing to scoff at, as ooh, Smash might have a suspicion. Grizzly is here.
Yeah. Grizzly is here, Smashes flash, and they just got this turret play. It looks like they might just chill back there in the lane. Grizzly, though, is still hanging out, looking to maybe set up for this one. Let's see if Smash and Bout have any idea, as here comes the Lee Sin. Bout already gonna get caught out, though, as the Yuumi is free. As that's what happens when you don't know they're in the bush. You get a free stray cat.
And big here. We're picking up the kill. Only had to invest his ultimate. Gonna accelerate him sufficiently. And right now, still relatively even, but it's just particularly in light of what we have seen as Roamer.
Okay, Cask, will it hit? They're both holding position, and the mind games are fun. Smash is going to pick up another turret plate, and maybe another.
More.
I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but
if I spell
challengers,
something, I'm wrong. English isn't my first language. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
My spelling errors are
it's
not
good
a problem
practice.
at all.
Good practice.
People in Twitch chat will all be friendly, surely.
Surely.
The Triforce Fuller going to be the first big power spike. They pick up the Sheen here. And another look at this play. It's very straightforward. About probably not going to have a high chance of getting out of there regardless with the all-in, but the existence of Grizzly guarantees the play. We'll spot Forest here.
Surely no drama in CL chat, Clue. Surely.
Definitely long. As
TP Forest is taking a lot of damage. He is going to have to Heartbreak her out. And here's that TP you were talking about. Smash just going to flash early, but will it matter at the end of the day? Roamer just getting in there, as he will survive for so long, as now the health bars of Hololive Esports incredibly low, but it does not matter. They stick around, get those Triumph stacks. As a massive kick comes in from Grizzly. They are absolutely bopping them in the bottom lane. Oh, that was clean.
Oh, T1 tries to go in big for the play, but the TP from Roamer ends up being the difference maker there. Smash desperately tries, does as much as he can, but isn't enough. The exhaust actually keeps him alive. Poby with the flash body slam, but then the cask unfortunately doesn't finish off Roamer, doesn't finish off Lure. And then on the extended play, Grizzly with a clean ward hop flash kick will send 2 more people to their death.
Where's Wolf when you need him? Should we call Wolf and ask him if it was a certified Zeri moment?
Yeah, maybe we should. Get Laura on the call as well, so she can cost challengers.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Absolutely.
It's Brover.
Yeah, I don't, you know, as much as I love Wolf and I would love to get official certification, I think we can certify it. That was a Zeri moment.
I think he would also be okay with it.
Yeah.
Given the circumstances.
I think
Zeri 2 kills, go next. What are you
What do you mean there is
about?
no go next? There is no next game for T1. They need to win this or they don't get a next game.
Momento de Zeri. Yep. Oh, we should. Oh
God, what is happening here?
Forces.
Okay, Q gonna miss. So Grizzly's like,
good
all right, yeah, sure, whatever. Fine, bro.
So in chat, in your native language, give us Zeri moment. In Dutch, it'd just be Zeri moment, which is not
Zeri moment.
Yeah, a Zeri moment, which isn't very funny. So drop him. Zeri head key.
In American, you would say, well, Zeri's got some good things going on. I just made that up right now.
I kind of like it. I think
Zeri
that's. I want to say that's Greek. I don't think I can do that. El momento de Zeri. That one's dope.
Zeri. I like Timmy's one too. Yeah, that's the American one as well. Hell yeah, brother, K Kona.
Zeri, yeah, Dutch and German are very similar. Okay,
that Zeri fella doing all right for their self.
That hell yeah, brother.
Hey Kona.
Australian, that would just be the same. Ora da zero. I mean, I probably shouldn't speak in random languages when I don't know what they mean.
It's okay.
I can trust Twitch chat, right?
Surely,
Guys,
you
would never lie to me. You would be nice. You would just translate Zeri moments into your respective languages. You know what's cool though is like how many
languages there were.
How many different languages we actually have? That is awesome.
We've got. Let me check. We've got like a bit over 3,000 people in chat. You know, so makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. You can trust us.
GG.
Okay, thanks, chat. I was a little worried for a second there.
I don't know if it's GG, but...
It's challengers, so it's never GG.
It's never GG because it's challengers. Like, who knows? Maybe we even get an Elder Clip in this game. We haven't had as many Elder Clips in this meta compared to, like, spring and last year.
In challengers, not even Zeri is a guaranteed win. And that's the beauty of the league. I'd say in 95% of the cases, Hanwha Life smashed this game.
Also, it's probably... why you probably shouldn't bet on these matches, by the way. Just like a little PSA, right? Like, probably not a good idea, but you do you, I guess. I can't control what you do. As Smash just going to use his cat to push Roamer away. He doesn't really get too much going with that Spirit Rush. He's now trying to force this anyway into T1. They've got a nice little angle, but the engage on the Grizzly is okay. He doesn't really seem to care about that as the kick goes in onto Smash as he is put immediately into the hands of his teammates. Hanwha Life Esports' teammates, at least, as this is a total rout. You didn't even need a Zeri in this game. They are just absolutely bopping them.
All right. It's even for challengers. Surely that's got to be it. I mean, I've said surely a lot, but this time around, I'm feeling confident. The play there from T1 not working out. No, there was fine. He's just baiting, right? Yeah, he's just baiting. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Oh, give him the kill. Oh, I think Roamer tried to, actually, but it didn't happen.
Jokes aside, Duro is like, he's been ranked extremely highly on the Korean solo queue ladder as a support. So actually, what makes sense to me. The big thing here is that Poby goes for the play on Grizzly, then the rest of his team isn't ready because Big Boy Rooster is saying no. So then Poby throws out like flash ults and body slam. Grizzly takes the damage, still has his Q on the Aphelios, and then says, wait, but I'm not dead. And then promptly kicks him into the rest of the team, which gives Lure all the time that he could possibly need as Brendan Valdez bringing down the hammer.
Yeah, you know, I had to do it to him. But I love some of the chants as well. They thought Kog'Maw was the bro. Yeah. No, I think Hanwha Life Esports, they have come into this one with a much better mindset than T1. T1 look a little bit boomed, honestly, after their last match. I don't know if it's because of that, but this is not the T1 we had in the first match of the season, at least. They look much better there. We know they're capable of it, but this is Hanwha Life Esports kind of smurfing. They're playing great. Roamer's having a great game. Grizzly comes in. He's smurfing. Lure, obviously. He doesn't, like I said, like he doesn't even need to, but he's also smurfing?
I mean, like, the betting
It's
stuff
crazy.
really annoys me because, like, yes, Hanwha are 0-2, but if you do even a little bit of research, you know that this team was fifth last split, and are obviously perfectly adequate League of Legends players. So, you know, maybe, I mean, I generally disapprove of it, but when it comes to specifically challengers, the reason why this league is fun is because of the chaos, because of these players all being the way they are in both good times.
Lobby Gragas seems a bit sus. Yeah,
It's not been great.
He doesn't look great on this champ. I don't know. Like I liked his play when I saw him last week, but the Gragas has been a little bit of a struggle street.
Zeri canonically has 8,000 base HP.
Makes sense, yeah.
No, I think the T1 draft in this game is definitely very sus. In game 1, though, I think they outdrafted. Like, I don't think it was like...
Very canonically is 600 meters tall.
Similarly to Malphite.
In terms of her power in the current meta, I think that's a good metaphor.
But it's not even a lure POG angle. It's it's definitely Grizzly
it's
or
Grizzly
Roamer.
or Roamer, yeah. This time, I kind of want to vote for Roamer just because he kind of, you know, he didn't get it the first time.
He didn't get robbed,
he's
but
having a great
he
game.
deserved it still.
Yeah. Gragas mistake pick on game 2. I think, you know, although you could definitely say like the draft is not really the reason why they're losing, I also was not a big fan of it the second time around at least.
No.
I feel like going back to the same thing and also just kind of
But
ignoring.
worse.
Yeah, but worse, and kind of ignoring some of the big OPs and some of the, like, you picked red side for a reason, right? Or at least that's what I thought, but seemingly T1 didn't understand that reason. So, I don't know. I think they've got a lot to work on here. So, we'll see how it goes in the future. But for this series, I'm not so sure if it has much of a future, Chronicler. It's 12-2, 18 minutes in.
I don't think it does, Valdez.
Yeah.
Frankly, given the goal, or given the kill lead, Hanwha Life isn't that far ahead.
Yeah. I think there was a decent amount of...
Oh, wait. That's not the person that should get bopped.
No, that's just Nightbot.
It's just Nightbot. Chronicler T1 Copium? Oh, absolutely not.
So
I want to be very upfront about it.
What Cass said was, I really don't think you could suck Gragas up in a vacuum. I don't think he'd be fine with it. Just, you know. Nice.
Okay,
I don't think he got timed out. I think he just, yeah. Nightbot doesn't like the word suck.
Good timeout. That was too far.
It took it
I agree
one
with
step
Hippo
too
is
far.
ours.
He said suck. That's not allowed. Nightbot's gonna put that one down. So yeah, there's not much to say about this game anymore, guys. I don't know. Like, T1 kind of look fractured. They don't have any vision, and they're desperate to try to get some, and Grizzly is just kind of running into them. As now, here comes Zeri. And they don't have any CC for this one. And, well, it doesn't look like they want to dive these turrets, so at this point, not going to go for it. We do have a TP coming in. Uh-oh. Lure in a rough spot. He's going to die. Okay. The turnaround. Bell going to get the one kill. Misses those needles as Grizzly is Lee Sin, but Yuumi maybe just better in this case. And maybe not, as Grizzly is going to get slowed up, but they're not going to chase that one. As meanwhile, Charm onto Poby. He is okay. Nice little cask in, but it's Sion at the end of the day. He's just going to charge away into the wall as Hanwha Life Esports will disengage at this point in time.
Oh, that's good challengers. Oh, that's good challengers right there.
That's some dank challengers.
Yeah, that is peak. The unfortunate thing is that because of where this happened on the map, T1 doesn't actually have an opportunity to go for Baron. Because if they get the Baron bounty and they get a few turrets, they're back in the game, right? This is a scenario where they shouldn't be able to come back from. But when you look at the champions, you have Yuumi, Aphelios, and Gwen. You can win late game team fights. Although once Titanic is finished, it's going to be extremely hard. And crucially here, there is no teleport available for these. Oh, actually, it might be getting controlled. We'll see if he ends up teleporting. But the teleport from Gwen here coming up huge, a lot of resources invested, and then Smash doing an incredible amount of damage to lure. Teleport is up, does actually come through, but at that point, not a lot to be done about it. But in the end, it's one kill that they get, and that's the other on the other end of the map. So a big moment for T1. Keeps them in the game, but not enough by itself.
Yeah. Still a lot of the fed carries on the side of Homolife Esports. Still fed, still doing their thing. We got 2.5 items here for Roamer. We got almost 3 for the Zeri. As in goes Roamer, he's looking for that back line. Is going to land it onto Smash as Lure just dies. Okay, well they're going to trade 80 carries. As maybe Lure's positioning this time a little bit over-aggressive. But that's okay. Yeah, it's still going to be a win here for Homolife Esports. They're going to smack them at the wall. It's really fantastic play from Roamer. This one is going to seal the deal on my vote, at least. As now with that wipe, the ace comes through, and Homolife Esports will win the game.
Oh, as it turns out, Zeri is just bait. You don't actually need Zeri to win. If you have a 7k gold lead. Interestingly enough, though, they're not going to run the risk. The death timer, it's 22 minutes into the game, so the death timers are still very short.
They didn't even take the inhibitor.
I don't even think they can.
They just want the Baron.
Can they?
I mean,
Lure's on his way, but like your damage is not that high.
I guess T1 is, because they went so early, like they'll get it eventually, right? Zeri can...
Yeah, they should be able to.
Can go over the wall? Okay, yeah, they'll get it.
It's fine. Everything's okay. So the vote solidified is for Grizzly, right? Or is it for Roamer?
No, I voted for Roamer already. I thought the game was over.
I'm not sure. Rooster is also like quietly doing a really good job here on the carry, hitting a big Q there on top of Smash.
Wait, oh, I thought you meant him as the carry.
Oh no. Well, I'm not going to vote for him, but I do think Rooster actually has played 2 great games of Sion. Yeah, does what he needs to.
You know, I love casting T1 matches because I just have a field day in Twitch chat. I have banned like 12 people already. It's just such a great time. It's just like a little bonus to the cast. You know, like I'm having a good time, we're vibing, but also I get to slam a ban hammer on top of all of these nerds that are just not having a good time.
Veldis with a vengeance.
Yep.
Coming to a theater near you.
V for Valdez, but also V for Vengeance. And Vendetta, I guess. No, I won't ban you if you're polite and you're just a normal, you know, non-toxic person. You don't deserve a ban in that case. Here comes Homolife Esports, barreling down the bottom side of the map. They have this Baron, and Roamer is 4,000 gold ahead. So, yeah. And a part of that is because Roamer's having a big game. Part of it is because Poby is invisible at this point. So, yeah, the mid gap in this one pretty large. Non-toxic, but we play League. Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, you can play League and not be toxic. Just only play ARAMs. That's the solution. Can't be toxic in ARAMs.
Have you seen Ox?
Unless you are Dan Ox Harrison. That's because he treats ARAMs like a serious big deal.
Gotta play Mari, that's a new one?
Okay, there you go.
Wait, he just got back.
There you go. That's justice right there, Ox.
Alright, I'm gonna untime him now.
I'm toxic in... Don't do that. That is the worst decision. Being toxic in ARAMs?
ARAMs are the most serious game mode, so obviously you gotta get more toxic, because it matters more. Summoner's Rift is for fun. ARAMs is how you improve.
So, even though T1 had that one moment where they killed the Zeri, the skill score is 18-4. They're down almost 10k gold, and Homolife, you have the tools to end this. Yeah, you are strong enough.
Didn't they get a Baron?
Yeah, they did. You are resourceful.
Remember that?
I don't. I don't actually. I don't remember that.
They could have just like taken the inhibitor and then backed and taken the Baron with their Zeri that was respawning. Maybe they didn't want to. Maybe they're like, well, we don't want to give them the super minions. We don't want them to scale into the game. I mean, potentially, I guess, a thing if you let the game go for another 20 minutes, but...
Is this the same roster from Spring for both teams? Poby used to be Bay.
It's Rooster.
I know, but I assumed they meant roster.
I mean, there's a guy named Rooster.
Okay. I mean, but it's both teams. I would just assume
I
that...
see. Okay.
I mean, no, I mean, like, actually, maybe it was just a great joke and I ruined it. And...
I think we together we ruined it. It was a good effort.
We really put in a lot of work.
Forest in a lot of trouble. Grizzly is going really deep. The exhaust's not going to help here as Bout also the bonus cat. Going to be picked up off of that one as now 5v3 Dahl trying to frontline here for Smash as in goes Grizzly once again. The damage is real from Smash. And you see that Roamer and Grizzly are like, wait, guys, we didn't even take the turret. So probably, you know, step by step here. And yeah, they're going to take the inhibitor. We do have a teleport possible from the side of Rooster and Roamer if they did want to go for it here. As that, it will come in. Dahl just trying to clear out the wave here is going to get everything except that one melee minion. And Charm is going to miss, so the teleport not really amounting to too much at all.
And we are seeing some issues here. Humble Life don't have great shove because of how short the range of Zeri is. And they used a lot of their tools killing some other members. But as long as Smash is there, and even Dahl at this point is a free item Gwen, like you do actually have to respect. But the main issue obviously is that they're not really able to exert their pressure to any other lanes, as Forest is unfortunately tasked with trying to get any form of map control and probably dies. I just don't know why they also had to sacrifice the cat. Maybe just, you know, leave her on Aphelios. That would have been nice. And Forest has his days and Forest has his off days. And today is definitely a not so great Forest day.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're out on the map. That can't end well.
Yeah, the Baron not even up. The Charm is going to hit. Forest is dead once again. As Poby and Smash, they have Dahl in the front as well, but he's going to get knocked up right outside of his own mist. As Lure's like, I desperately want to do Zeri things, but T1 at least is going to back away and not allow this fight to happen for now.
It's one of those scenarios where I don't know if Hanwha know how far ahead they are. Because even like, yes, it's Gwen, yes, it's Aphelios, but you are so far ahead. Really don't want to run any risks. There is no jungler available, so this should be a guaranteed pickup. Roamer on vision here.
Should be. The Q onto Poby, trying to push them away. Dahl trying to get into the pit. As let's see if the smite will ring true. As yes, it will. Goes down to about 500, and immediately Dahl dies. Smash, he is alone in trying to carry this team, but he's got 5 bajillion members up against him. Down he will go, does 4,500 damage. But that now should be the end of the game. Humble Life Esports going to TP into the base.
And we see here the difference between, you know, challengers. Humble Life get a humongous lead, still need a little bit of help. T1 very far out on the map for the game state. Rooster is doing a little dance to signal the end of the game here. Hanwha Life bouncing back after a really rough week 1, coming here and smashing T1 with a 2-0, and frankly, Valdez, it wasn't close.
No, it was not. Game 1 was looking close. T1 had a lot of angles. They went for a very similar play in the draft for game number 2, and the execution, again, not there. Humble Life Esports, a much better playing team as they do come out here and get the win.
And I really like the Roamer vote. I just had to do one Grizzly vote. I feel like he had such a good game. Probably end up being Roamer, but that mid jungle duo looking really good here, and yeah, some sad faces.
Zeri more HP than Ornn.
Yeah, that actually happened yesterday. That actually happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I think it was Oaks who got a screenshot of that. But you know what the craziest part is? This game wasn't even about Zeri.
No.
It was about the mid jungle from Humble Life absolutely gapping that one of the one from T1. Like, it was Grizzly and Roamer on this Lee Ari 2 games in a row. Kog'Maw actually wasn't the problem, and neither was Zeri. It was these other 2 guys coming up huge here for Humble Life.
And of course, this means no 9 games today.
Hey, we can still get a... You know, that's still possible.
I guess, if we have a remake, which never happens.
Why? We can have 3 games, 3 games. 3 plus
That's
3.
8.
Yeah, I said 8.
Oh.
What do you think I say?
I thought you said we can still have it.
Oh, no.
As in 9 games.
Oh, no. That's... I mean, yeah, with pauses or remakes, but I hope that doesn't happen.
Says it's not Zeri, but we all know it's Zeri. Yeah, we're just trying to keep, you know...
Well, I actually, in this case, I don't think it was Zeri. Like, obviously, Zeri is super busted. I'd rather not see her. I'd rather see her perma, but...
We're just part of Big Riot, and we're trying to spread misinformation.
Yes, definitely.
As to...
Chats onto us.
Yeah,
they know.
There was that one guy, yeah, he knew. It wasn't the Zeri,
been exposed.
It was the Friends Gap.
Don't listen to these guys. They're insiders.
True.
And who will end up getting POG between Grizzly and Mr. Roamer.
Imagine Roamer doesn't get POG in both games, and he had like insane play in both.
He did so well today.
And then he's like, well, I got most damage in 2 games on Ari. I guess.
But it might be good, because maybe then he'll be continuously allowed to play Ari, which is a win.
Maybe. Hopefully. His Ari looked great. I liked how aggressive he was getting.
I also appreciated Rooster for what he did, which was stand in front of the people on his team that matter.
True.
Which is nice.
And he pressed his decimating smash button.
Plink, no plink match, no plink or match chat, no plink or match chat, Pepe hands.
Stare.
We're gonna keep this going. There's not a lot of emotes enabled. Why the Kog'Maw ban? Because Kog'Maw kind of dunked on them in game number 1. Game number 1, it was basically very similar drafts, but they banned Zeri instead of Kog'Maw, then Kog'Maw won, and then the Wukong was different for T1, and it will be Grizzly.
Yeah, he had a great game as well. As 10-1 and 11, pretty good. Very high damage on the Lee Sin as well. Just kind of everywhere on the map. Some very nice setup kicks, and does deserve it. Unfortunately, that does mean Roamer does miss out on two very close votes as well. I'd be curious if knows kind of the vote split to see how many people did actually vote for Roamer as well.
Can't imagine that there'd be votes for anyone but Roamer or Grizzly in this one. And Grizzly coming in here, don't forget, week 1 they played with Guwon, and Guwon has had his moments, but not necessarily a standout jungler, I think, within the context of challengers. Grizzly coming in here as the sub and doing a wonderful job here, picking up POG in his 2nd game of the summer. Nicely done here on the Lee.
Yeah, Grizzly was good. I'm sure we'll see more of him in the future. He had a big stand-up performance here, and maybe was the big difference maker when it did come down to the big turnaround for the side of Humble Life Esports, as they looked much better. Why is Zeri not the Pog? I don't know, you know?
You tell us.
Can you tell me what the Pog split vote was?
Kind of curious,
Pog vote split was?
I love these costs. Oh, thanks, Charles. Right back at you. Charles. Yeah, we learned yesterday that the vote is always Zeri, but in this case, I guess it wasn't. And that is the lesson that you take away with you today, Chad, is that nothing is set in stone. You're in control of your own future. Fate is but a guideline. You can do anything that you can put your mind to. As
is this Valdez and Chronicler? No, this is Katie and Papa Smithy. Hello. I'm enjoying my brief freedom.
Before you get banned again.
Yeah. You better not spam too many O's in a row once again. That would be unfortunate.
What they did?
Yeah, that's what got him timed out. Chronicler AI 12.1 update in progress.
Beep boop. I am not a robot. I am a real I can't do a good Papa impression though.
Valdez, when going back to LCK? Wednesday. That's when the LCK starts. that's when I will go back to
Deep
the
Boop,
LCK.
what is your garlic? I'm not ready to have this conversation again.
Yeah.
We had a dinner after work, and there was some light roasting involved.
On the garlic or
On the garlic,
on the
yeah.
chronicler?
Both. On the garlic that was at the table, but also that kind of prompted the roasting of me.
Roasted garlic is very nice.
You look like Joe from You. That is a huge compliment, if not, you know, the murdery part, not so great. But
the hair is similar and the head shape. I can see it.
Yeah.
I thought we are running Crony-chan OS, Crony-chan OS on
Oh,
the AI right now.
Yeah, no, it's Crony-chan.
Crony-chan.
Crony-chan. Beep boop. Light. I need to work harder. Clearly, that is true. The Oaks and Atlas combination. That's a top tier one for roasts. I think Veldas is a little bit nicer. You know.
What?
When it comes to roasting people, Oaks and Atlas are kind of
they're
at the forefront of the roasting business.
Indeed.
What's for dinner for you guys today? We don't know yet. I'm thinking something Southeast
know.
Asian, but we can also maybe we get jajangmyeon. Can be good as well. I wouldn't mind.
I just shoot naughty chatters in the
Take him out.
in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a ban.
I loved it when DRX1 and you were like, let's F exclamation mark at pounds percentage NG go. What do you think that means?
I don't know, but I love that as well. That was great. That was a very memorable moment. Pad Thai, yeah, Pad Thai, really, really good.
Favorite fried chicken place?
That's really tough.
BBQ.
Is it? Yeah. Oh. I mean, BBQ
What's
is
your
good.
garlic?
BBQ is definitely good.
Ow. What
Ow?
happened?
I think it's
What did I do?
It's you banning people.
I don't know. Everybody kind of made. Yeah, it was static. Sorry about that. It's just, you know, the AI reconnecting.
Oh, there was an audio thing. Oh, sorry.
BBQ is
chat.
open in the US now? Really? What?
Huh.
Maybe in like LA,
Could
Koreatown
be.
or something.
Yeah.
Maybe New York as well.
Maybe.
The Bro Lions
That's new.
will never be phased.
I've never seen
Giga
Bro
Chat.
Lions.
Yeah, that's new.
They never cease to amaze me, the Brian fandom.
We get it every Thursday here in the Bay Area. There you go.
Awesome.
Val GPT.
AI bug fix. I don't know if we're still getting updates. You know, they've already invested so many resources into us.
Bonchan used to be it.
BBQ's good. I mean, Korean fried chicken is. It's so good.
It is. It's very good.
It's so basic to be like, oh yeah, it's one of my favorite.
Will or Ox join Pog State in the future? Yes.
I feel like, yeah, definitely. That'd be fun. I don't know if it'll be for whole
Maybe
episodes
as
or
soon
segments.
as the next episode.
I feel like we should. Yeah, I feel like it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I've always been on Pog State since I've been in the LCK, but I think it'd be cool to just not know what a Pog State episode is going to be like. Just being able to just watch it, you know, without knowing, because you've already
true. It's like
you were in
always
the
a
recording.
surprise.
Yeah,
yeah.
like
I
imagine
never
just
thought of
being a
that.
fan and you just get to
Whoa.
sit and watch like an hour
You
and
don't
a
know
half
what we're going to talk about. We
of
could
us
just play
of us renting.
a random flash game as well.
That was fun.
Sometimes.
Yeah. You know, Korean fried chicken is exceptional. Really, really, really good. And yeah, absolutely, LA is the best for Korean food outside of Korea, because there is an incredibly large Korean population. As it turns out, Korean food is delicious, so makes a ton of sense. Let's have Jisun and Pog State also.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And Yundo as well.
Yundo
And Kisun.
and Kisun and Kion, everyone.
Yep. We'll get
him on.
Ian on there. We'll bring James back.
Oh,
Big
I
reunion
miss
episode.
James.
We'll have like 15 people.
That'd be amazing.
Let's get Yewan back.
Laura needs to be in there as well.
Laura,
for
yeah.
sure. Papa.
Pop, okay.
We're getting
Now we're
everyone.
really digging deep.
Yeah.
Let's get LS back. Just bring all of the people.
Everyone. Achilleos. Maybe not Achilleos.
Korea
We
has
can do
second
without
best
him.
Korean food. I don't think that's a thing.
I have actually heard some Korean people say that some of the Korean food you can get in LA is better than some of the best in Korea. I think it was Arnold that mentioned something like this. I'm not 100% sure though. Pog, everyone is here state. Yeah, it's Pog State Ultimate.
Pog State Ultimate.
It's like Smash Bros. Ultimate,
yeah,
but it's Pog State.
Pog State is really just a state of mind. Green food in
Deep.
Korea. Yeah, Quest is like speaking
What do you
the
mean?
truth.
I mean, this is not my opinion. I've seen people say this. I don't concur. I'm just letting you know that that opinion is held by individuals.
If DRX got Zeri in Game 3, would they have won?
Maybe. I don't know. This is
I want to say yeah.
probably. Paddock is a great AD carry, as it turns out. Oh no, I'm still saying it's Copium. Fair enough.
It needed to be banned.
Mm.
True. I wish all of the teams held the same opinion.
Favorite top player to watch and why is it 369? I mean, like I really respect 369, and I think that he is obviously one of, if not the best top player in the world. But I just don't. We don't. I mean, I don't. We don't watch LPL because
Who don't?
we're here. We don't. I mean, I assume, as far as I'm aware, you also don't watch LPL because
No, I don't.
we have 5 days of LCK and then
I
challengers.
cast it because I'm Kitty.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
This guy isn't
In case
even
you're
paying
wondering,
attention.
at the beginning
Thanks,
of chat,
a Canadian.
Aw, thank you.
Canadian.
When the broadcast started, someone was like, "Oh, who's casting?" And then someone said, "Kitty, LS, and Papa." So naturally, we took that joke and we've been running it into the ground because that's
My
what
ears-
Challenger is all
Sorry, guys.
about.
I don't know what's going on. I'll let them know.
Yes,
Don't
boom.
don't use headsets.
Yeah. I mean, we actually took a picture, Astronautilus. That happened. I thought it was me. Oh no.
Do you guys still do the Pog State series? Yeah, we do.
There actually will be
We
new
did it
episode in a
last
few
night.
days. Is this
Is there
on
a
a pause?
No.
No, we're in between games.
This
This
is
is where we
C.
casters in chat community corner. It's C4. Corner.
I thought my headphones glitched.
No, apparently it is a. Oh, we're gonna do the like the. This is
Whoa.
like a comedy. We need to like. I don't really know. It's
Your
like
arms
a
get tired of holding the
comedy
mic. Thank you,
album.
Bun Squish, for asking that question. I'm glad you did.
Chronicler moving to Utrecht soon. You spent, yeah, Utrecht's great. They actually
Utrecht.
have pretty good Korean food, as I've been told by one of my friends who live there. In general, food's great. City is a little expensive and pretty busy, but there's a lot of stuff to do, and it's very central in the Netherlands. So quite nice and very pretty. Very pretty city if you like architecture.
Chronicler, can you name a city in Ohio? Any city.
I don't think I can. Is it like, is Ohio also a city? It's like one of the double ups. We have this in the
I don't
Netherlands
think
where you have
so.
like you have the
Like New York City.
yeah, you have the province Groningen and then the capital is also Groningen.
Groningen?
Yeah, that's actually really.
I've been practicing my
Damn,
Dutch.
That's good. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I should have asked Flowers because you know he's from Ohio. Ohio is a city in Florida. That makes sense.
Yes, I think it is.
Cleveland. Oh yeah, I've heard of Cleveland.
London is a city somewhere as well. I forget where.
Oh yeah, there's Paris as well. There's a lot.
So the biggest one is Cleveland, I think. So that you will know for
And
next time.
you can talk to us later more, Chad. Don't you worry.
Anyway, guys, we have to stop comments now as we will be back for the second series of the day. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about a half hour.